Have you ever put something off for so long that not having done that thing just kind of becomes a normal part of life? 8 years ago, I bought my house. And after about 7 months of living here, a pretty bad storm came through. A few months later, I noticed something weird with one of the shingles on my roof. Did I call someone to fix it? Nope.
Mowed my lawn, but didn't do anything about the roof. Played soccer, but didn't do anything with the roof. Checked the attic for leaks, but didn't do anything to fix the roof.
For 3 years, I did nothing. It was mostly because I don't really care, but that's being generous. I actually hate the thought of trying to get someone to come out to my house to fix things. However, perhaps insurance could have covered it. Anyway, 3 years later, it was...
I was at work one day when I got a message from my boss. Wow, 2 weeks. Then, 6 months later, I was still working from home, and on this particular day, I decided to walk around in my backyard during my lunch break. I'd been at home for months, and didn't do much but look at my yard and house, and that's when it bothered me bad enough that I decided to act. As painful as it was, I finally decided to call a roofing company. Why was it painful? Look, no one likes asking for help. My only consolation is that I don't have to tell them how little I know about roofs. They can just fix it, and I can move on with my life. The guy from the roofing company said that insurance wouldn't cover this, and the cost of having his whole crew come out would be way too much for such a small repair. So he said my best bet was to hire a handyman, and he gave me a recommendation. I was really hoping insurance would handle this because I didn't want to pay for a handyman.
Well, 5 years later, I was still working from home. And as a result of various world and political turmoil, you could say those 5 years made me a changed man.
During that time, I started listening to podcasts. I started working out.
And I learned to read a little Latin. So you could say I gained a bit of mental fortitude to push through things and get things done. But even then, I still procrastinated in things like getting the spaceport fixed, calling the fence guys, getting these bushes trimmed.
And of course, I've procrastinated calling a handyman to fix this darn roof shingle.
And you're forced to ignore the rest. The amount of work it takes to be good.
And I really need to get that roof fixed. I wish I could just do it myself. I've always kind of wanted to be the handyman type.
Loads and loads of work, and every time I dress it up or cut a corner, I get brutally reminded by life that the work just needs to.
I would so much rather handle the roof on my own, but I should probably just call somebody.
30-year-old barista. If you love that, then do it. You know what I mean? Like, I have no judgment on what you do. If you don't love that and you wish you were doing something else, that's what I would say I have a problem with.
It doesn't seem like it's causing leaks. I don't know. I wonder if I could fix it. Except I have never done roofs in my life before, and I'd have to learn how.
Why are you not doing it?
Because I don't know how. I'm at ground zero when it comes to being a roofer, and I'm not naturally handy. I don't know. I guess I could try. It's just learning new things is always kind of hard.
It won't get harder.
What do you mean?
Like, this is the hardest part. And so if you can just make it through this, everything else is downhill. It's not that the things that you're...
You can find deep significance in your life, and you find it essentially through the decision to voluntarily bear your suffering and to trudge uphill nonetheless. And there's something heroic about that in the most fundamental sense. Everyone great makes that decision. So make that decision, because maybe you're great. Despite what people tell you, the sacrifice that women make significance in your life. And you find it essentially through the decision to voluntarily bear your suffering and to trudge uphill nonetheless. And there's something heroic about that in the most fundamental sense. Because what you got something better to do than that?
I made it onto the roof. From up here, this dragon seemed even bigger. But asking for help meant, well, it was hard enough to ask the roofing company to come out. The truth is, I hate asking for help. I hate looking ignorant. That's why I've put this stupid job off for 8 years. And that's when I realized the real dragon I had to kill.
Consider that dragon slayed.